Hello friends, I'm Sharon Matthews, your storyteller. I heard this story from my very good friend Haritosh Srivastava, and the day I heard this, I called him up and said, Haritosh, this is some story, I want to do this story. And he was, yeah, go ahead, of course. Even today, before doing this video, I texted him and said, Haritosh, I want to upload this story on my YouTube channel. And he was like, of course, go ahead and share it with our group. So here I am about to tell you an amazing story. I wish somebody had told me this story when I was very younger, and I hope and pray that you are going to hear this story, get the insights, and go and tell it to your children, your family, to your friends, to everybody whom you love and care. It is such an amazing story. I'm so happy I get to do this and get to leave my legacy behind. I don't know how long I'll be there on this earth, but I hope these stories are going to make a difference in people's lives, positive differences. I had never heard the word red flag. I think while growing up, I think this is a new vocab that has come off late, and I understand and realize how important it is to understand what it is and to avoid one and to be on your alert when you see one. This story encompasses all these factors that I'm talking about, including the fact that everybody has a choice in life. And you'll be more happier and more successful if you know what your choices are. And the more choices that you have, the more successful and happy you'll be in your life. And always remember, the choices are not out there. You make those choices. You make it happen for you. So this is an amazing story of how to choose people in your life. All your relationships. See, parents, friends, siblings. Parents, children, siblings, you cannot do anything about. But friends, marriage, business, all kinds of works, they all have a choice. And the story tells you something very beautiful. There was a very young boy who goes to his father and asks, Father, what is my life's worth? The father smiles and says, that's an important question. Do one thing. Tomorrow, come early in the morning, get dressed, come to me, and I'll tell you what it means, what your life's worth is. And the son is like, really? I have to get up, get dressed, and come to you in order to find an answer to a simple question? Father says, it's not a simple question. It's the most important question of your life. Do as I say. The next morning, the son gets up, bathes, gets dressed, goes to his father and says, Father, now tell me, what is it? Father places a stone on his hand and says, Son, today you go to the marketplace, you put it on display, and when somebody comes and asks for the price, don't tell the price, just raise 2 fingers. But remember, don't sell the stone. Come back to me. The son does as he is told. He goes to the marketplace, puts it on display. An old lady walks by. She fancies the stone and asks him, what's the price of the stone? And he says, and the old lady is like, really? $20. But I like it enough to keep it in my collection. I would love to have it. The son says, oh, I'm so sorry, something has come up. He wraps it up, runs back to his father and says, Father, there was a lady who actually wanted to buy the stone from me for $20. Father smiles and says, it's an important question. You don't get an answer so easily, son. So tomorrow, get up again, come back to me, and I'll tell you. Son says, what? He's perplexed, but he's patient. The next day, he bathes, he gets dressed, he comes to his father and says, okay, Father, tell me. The father places the same stone on his hands and says, today go to a museum, put it on display. The conditions remain the same. Don't quote a price, just raise 2 fingers. He goes to the museum, puts it on display. An archaeologist walks by and asks for the price, and the archaeologist says, $200, but I don't mind it. I would love to have it in my collection. The son says, I'm so sorry, something has come up. He wraps it, comes back home, and says, Father, somebody was actually ready to pay me $200 for it. Father smiles and says, Son, it's an important question. You don't get an easy answer. Come tomorrow and I'll tell you. The next day, he gets up, he bathes, gets dressed, comes to his father and says, okay, Father, I'm ready. You tell me now. Father puts the same stone in a beautiful velvet pouch, gives it to him and says, today you go to this jeweler. Show him the stone. The conditions remain the same. The son goes to the same jeweler that his father had asked him. He displays the stone in front of the jeweler. The jeweler's eyes pop up. He runs inside, brings back a magnifying glass and starts looking at it and says, listen, how much is this for? And the son, what? $200,000? But you know what? I'm going to make much more out of this. It's an amazing stone. I would buy it right away. But the son says, I'm so sorry, something has come up. I need to rush back. He wraps up the stone, goes back to his father and said, Father, today I could have been a rich man. The jeweler was ready to offer me $200,000. The father smiles and says, son, this is what your life's worth is. Your life's worth is going to be the kind of people and the kind of places that you are going to associate yourself with. Remember this. Once you understand this and associate yourself with the right kind of people and the right kind of places, you will have way more than $200,000. Remember this. When I heard this story, it was, oh my God, this is so true. I need to tell the story. And here I am. And I hope and wish this gives you a lot of insight. You remember is it always, and it helps you in your life, and it also helps your friends and your loved ones and everybody around you who needs this message and who needs to be associated with the right kind of people and the right kind of places. Thank you. Mwah.